Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about syllable. Syllable is actually the higher unit than phoneme, and it is a single uninterrupted sound. When a mother or a teacher tries to teach a kid a word, they first try to make the kid learn the word, in the form of phonemes at first, and then they move towards syllables. So what happens that they make chunks out of a word. Those chunks are actually syllables. For example, if a teacher is trying to teach a kid the word monster, so what would happen? At first, she would try to teach the kid like ma, on, for in this way, the phonemes actually. Then she would move towards making chunks out of the word. For example, like mon and stir. So what would happen that she would make syllable out of them. So syllable actually must have a vowel sound in it. And the reason for making syllables is to make speech easier for the brain to process. Syllables, a word may be a monosyllabic, or it may be disyllabic, or it may be polysyllabic. Monosyllabic means that it consists of one syllable, one vowel sound only. And disyllabic word are the words which contains two syllables, which have two vowel sounds in them. And polysyllables are those, words in which um, there are more than two syllables. If we see the example rat, so what happens here that rat has one vowel sound, so it would be monosyllabic. Next is redeem. When we do transcription of redeem, we can see that there are two vowel sounds, E and E. So there are two syllables in it, that is, there are re and d. Next comes now polysyllabic word. So the word humanist is actually trisyllabic, or you can say it as polysyllabic word, because there are three syllables in it, U, and E. So there are three syllables, hu, m, and nist. Let's move towards component of syllables. A syllable consists of two main components, that are onset and rhyme. So rhyme is also then composed of nucleus and coda. Let's discuss them in detail. So onset. Onset is actually beginning sound of a syllable, and they are mostly consonant sounds. For example, when we say that, seat, in the word seat, sir the is on onset position, and it is actually a monosyllabic word, seat. And in the word deaf, the is what? On onset position. Let's take the example of word speak. What is happening here that there are two consonants and per sound. So both are on onset position. Next comes nucleus. Nucleus is actually the mandatory part of syllable, and it is very essential. Without nucleus, syllable cannot exist. Why? Because nucleus consists of vowels. So if I take the previous example, like T, what happens here that t sound is on onset position, and E is actually the nucleus of the syllable. But what happens sometimes in English when there are the sound, m sound, and n sound, and they follow an alveolar consonant like b, t. So what happens that l, m, n behaves as syllabic consonants. They behave as vowel sound. For example, if I say table, let me write the transcription of the word table. So this is transcription of the word table. So what is happening here that apparently it seems that it is monosyllabic, but it is disyllabic in such a way that te and b. So the question arises that there is no syllable, there is no vowel sound between b and l. then how it is behaving as a syllable? Because there is l sound, and before l sound there is an alveolar consonant. So because of that, l sound is behaving as syllabic consonant, and itself becomes a syllable. So there is a teeny tiny schwa sound that is hidden, which you cannot see, but this is the phenomena of syllabic consonants. Next comes coda. Coda is actually ending sound of syllables, and mostly they're optional. They may occur in a word, or they may not, may not occur in the word. For example, if I say deaf, what happens in deaf? That the is our onset position, a is nucleus, and f is actually on coda position. But if I say t, so what is happening here? That t sound is, it is behaving as on onset position, and e is the nucleus of the syllable. But there is no consonant, after e sound, so there is no sound on coda position. So there are so many other examples you can consider. For example, if I say air, in which you breathe, so if I write the transcription, I would write it as air. So in so many dialects, what happens that this R sound is pronounced. So when this R sound is pronounced, there will be coda. Okay, otherwise there will not be any no there will not be any sound that would occur at coda position. So I have given you another example of the word water. What is happening here? That water is consist of two syllables. It is disyllabic words wa and t. So what is happening in, let's just consider the first syllable wa. Wa, the wa sound is actually on onset position. Or sound is the nucleus of the syllable, and there is no coda that occurs in the syllable. Next syllable in the word water is t sound. So t is on onset position, schwa is the nucleus of syllable, and there is an optional r sound. In so many, for example, if I consider British English, I would call it as water. So there would be no sound at coda position. But if I am pronouncing in um, American English, and I am saying that water, so what happens that there is a r sound at coda position. So that's all from today's lecture. If you have any question regarding two syllables, you can write in the comments box. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to press the bell icon. Thank you.